Hey guys, first Guardsman here, and you've caught me in the middle of my Dark Angels dress up. Now, today is the day, people. Today is the day that we are probably getting the Warhammer Skulls release date. This is it, guys. It should be out within the next 2 hours. This is what happened last year. So, word on the street. Word, the rumor whispers. They say the Warhammer Skulls is coming. And we're probably getting Space Marine 2 patch 13 dropped very shortly after Warhammer Skulls or during the middle of it. Hey, first Guardsman, guys here. What's up, Raynar? So get hyped, everybody. Also, if you have not seen the weekly guide, I have made a weekly guide already on the channel. And if you guys have not joined the community Discord, please join the community Discord because we will be having some overhauls to that. I also help out with weeklies and hard strats there. And we're almost at, like, we're approaching a third chapter in strength. A second successor chapter. We're almost halfway for our next one, so. What should I get for the Beaky or should I cook? Hey, FTG, did you forget to wash your robe? Yeah. I bleached it on accident. Alright. I don't know, guys. What kind of helmet you think goes with this? Morning, FTG. What's up, Shard? What's up, Taurus? Guys, get hyped. It is almost time. Now, I wanted to do a power sword build as well with all of this because power swords are fun. And also, once the siege mode is out, we're going to be doing a ton of that too. I might call up the homies again of Zambit and 4-4 if they want to play again. We'll see. It's significantly easier to push into higher ways than what we were doing back then anyways now, so a lot of new strats we can try out. Though the Vortex piece might actually make it harder. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what the modifiers are like. Greetings, bro. What's up, Chonk, man? Emperor, hear my plea. I need the release date for patch 13, please. They're not going to tell you. They're intentionally hiding it, guys. They are intentionally hiding the release date. They're gatekeeping us. They are gatekeeping the cool shit. Salutations, FTG. What's up, Skizzlefish? This is very off topic. What other Warhammer games have you played? I'm glad you asked, brother. I have played all the Warhammer games. I have played I almost said Deep Rock Galactic. I've played Space Hulk, Deathwing. I have played Total War. Are we talking like just fantasy or like 40k? Because like if we're going to fantasy, we're gonna be here all day. But I've played Inquisitor Martyr. I have played Mechanicus 1. I have played Rogue Trader. I have also played, what's the other one? God. I'm like, actually, it's brain farting now. Space Marine 1 a bit. Not too much of that one, to be honest. Dark Tide, obviously. I've also played Dawn of War 1. I didn't really play too much of Dawn of War 2 and 3. I will probably be playing Dawn of War 4 for a bit. I will obviously be playing Total War 40k because, guys, let's be real. I don't think we're going to see Total War 40k at this new event. I know it's crazy to say. FTG, can you show your graphics settings, bro? I mean, it's just medium settings. Also, graphics settings will 100% depend on your PC. How many subs for face reveal, FTG? 100,000. We'll probably be there at the end of the year anyways. I'm gonna gatekeep them from my money. Yeah, they're gatekeeping us, guys. Playing Bulwark and the shoe build exists is crazy. Enough about the shoe build, guys. Enough about the shoe build. FTG, my lord, you sound giddy and excited. I always am. I'm like a Labrador. You know? They keep calling me a furry anyways. I wore the wolf helmet one time. Now we can play some Fall of Atreus or 70% reduced health on enemies is crazy. It might come out to more like 42% because I don't know if like the second one is additive or multiplicative. Will you be covering Dark Heresy? There was an AMA for Dark Heresy the other day. I wasn't able to take part in. But yeah, I am in the Owlcat creators thing as well, so I probably will be. And also, so for those of you unaware, since I'm sure people are going to be like, where is Thing? Where is Thing? They will probably be announcing the release date today for Warhammer Skulls. It will be coming. We're probably going to get a community post for it or something. What they did last time. What army you play on tabletop? Blood Angels, brother. Sons of Sanguinius. The Great Angel.
Our path to Aurora. It is a sacred relic filled with ancient.
Anybody explain what's up with the shoe build meme? It's a stupid meme. It's only a Twitch thing. You play Tacticus also? I actually have a. I might be playing Tacticus on stream for a sponsorship at some point in the future, but not right now. Oh, look at that. So the reason the block power sword is so strong in a lot of cases is just that. Oh, we actually stopped it. Eek. The block power sword allows you to get your power roll off perfectly. How broken is Mephiston in lore? Very. Oh. What I get for not activating my Merciless Resolve here. We'll kill these guys. So we're gonna do this. Move through here. We're gonna grab the box. Armor boost. Okay, now the thing is, a Bulwark Power Sword is pretty strong against both Chaos and Tyranids, because Intimidating Aura is just that goated. Now, balanced weapons are generally better on the Assault class, because the Assault's animation cancel. You can animation cancel out of your own parry animation. The Bulwark cannot do that. When you are parrying, you cannot shield block, which is how he animation cancels, which actually puts the Assault in a better spot than he is with balance. Or you know. You can actually infinitely chain stagger them there. I'm hoping for Dawn of War 4 will be saying some patch 13 news for Space Marine 2. We're probably going to get both of those. I would say Dawn of War 4 is almost guaranteed, because that one's probably coming out before Total War 40k for Warhammer Skulls. Way to go. Yo, FTG, what's up, Arkham Reaper? The Xenophase is sick against Nids. The Xenophase blade is definitely strong. I think the block power sword is just a bit stronger on Bulwark because of his main aura perk. Really benefiting from the triggers. What do you think about the block knife? The block knife has kind of fallen off. Argent Edge and Power Gladius are just too strong. That's like the real issue with that thing. It's not the block knife is bad, because it was the best knife for a long time. It's just that the two heroic variants we got, they do everything you would want from a knife in the first place, which is damage for single target or just parrying. So you have the best fencing option. Stuff like that. But the block knife is so good. You're hoping for a Mechanicus class for Darktide? There were some leaks about some stuff like that, like a Rust Stalker or something coming. The only leaks for that were like a weapon data mine. But it does sound like we might be getting something AdMech related for Darktide. I know Mr. E covered that for a bit. Been a minute since I played. Please tell me my Heroic Chainsword is still great. The Heroic Chainsword was never great, brother. Hate to break it to you. But it's better than it was before. I can't wait to try out all the new Siege mode builds. They're gonna be good. Because Siege Mode's getting a rework, which means we're gonna have more build variety finally. This is why the block power sword is so weak. Because once you have double block charges on your power sword here, your next attack will stagger, which is exactly what you want with the power roll. Because all your block charges, they have a lingering effect for 2.2 seconds after. So the double block charge stagger, that will stack onto your power sword. So when we go into like this, we're getting the stagger pretty much the entire animation of that, which means any enemy that would usually interrupt us will just die instead. It's quite nice. That'll also stagger and rage enemies. Quick question, what is the limit for accolades? Accolades are currently capped at 1,000 accolades, and that is intentional, so you can't buy all the heroics during like a 6 heroic patch. Now, patch 13 will only be having 3 heroic weapons. It will be the heroic power axe, the heroic plasma pistol, and the heroic, I'm brain farting here in the last one. Why is it find Chaos one? The heroic chainsword, which will be a return to the block one we had way back when. But usually you get 6, because they split the heroics between patch 13 and patch 12. Otherwise, patch 12 would have had no heroics, and like just a new class in the mission.
Behold the abyss of the mind devoid of temperance. Heresy led
Right.
to this end.
Does Intimidating Aura work with block? Yes, it does. As you can see. Yeah, they updated that way back in like patch 8 or so. Patch 8 or 9. They didn't put it in the description, so. It does indeed work with block. Just like the... So originally when block weapons came out, the 50% exposed weakness, or like extra damage taken, like 2 seconds on perfect parry, that only worked with balance and fencing weapons. These days, pretty much all parry effects will trigger on block. How's the power axe? Which one? They're all. Power axe is very strong right now as a top tier weapon. Not quite as good as the power fist, but still very strong. How's Tech Marine? Any tips for him? I usually play Assault or Bulwark. I have a class guide for every single class on my channel. If you click the link in the description, they're all complete. That should answer any question you have about Tech Marine. And if you have any build guide questions, there are a ton of build guides for that as well, and they'll be updated next patch. Alright. As a block power axe has been incredible since patch 11. When the block power axe initially came out, it did not have access to the power stance mechanic, which made it significantly worse than the other ones, so it's like the whole selling point of that weapon. But these days, you get it all. Oh, he just got walked on. Poor little guy. Hey, did you have a good stream? Thanks, Arctic. Imagine if they add another heroic knife. Every heroic weapon is supposed to get 2. I don't think they're supposed to get more than that. Which does lead me to believe that Space Marine 2 is probably going to get an update every single year, like a new roadmap and stuff like that every year, all the way up until like year 3. I mean, all the way up until Space Marine 3, excuse me. I would be pretty shocked if we didn't get a year 4 and year 5. Oh, there we go. Now, funny thing on this map is if you walk over here, we could take Frag Grenade, not bad. That's pretty useful against sorcerers, which you're not like super good at. There's a guaranteed stim over here pretty much every time. Now, if you have one stim on your character, you are far less likely to find another one from a box. So if you were to go these boxes first, for example, the chance of finding a stim goes up the lower HP you are. Also restorative ones, that kind of sucks. Can't stack that. But the point is, like, we wouldn't have gotten that from that box if we picked up that one over there first. FTG, do you know off the top of your head what skill is better with Shield Bash Bulwark, the new balance power axe, or the buffs, or the block variant? Block variant. Because the block version will give you a, I guess we'll just use it. The block variant will give you the Adrenaline Surge charges. The base damage of balanced weapons is higher technically, but the Shield Bash will get bonus damage from Adrenaline Surge charges, and will also be able to cancel into the Shield Bash. And you also don't use gun strikes as much anyways on a Shield Bash build, so block power axe is just the way to go. I actually have a full guide on that as well, like a week ago. Yeah, they'll probably have to add 2 heroics for every new weapon they add in the future as well. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that Space Marine 2 wasn't going to get a year 3. Like, I think we're just insane to think this game is getting anything but more content. Because Space Marine 2 is the most successful video game that Saber Interactive has ever made, period. And they're like a 25-year-old company. Like, Saber Interactive started back in like 2001, and they've been making games ever since. This is the most popular game they've ever made. They would be insane not to keep supporting it. And they also have a long-term history of supporting their other games like World War Z. I know it's a different company, but Fast Shark is still making new maps for Vermintide, an 8-year-old game, and World War Z still gets new content from time to time. I hope support continues for Space Marine 2. Support for Space Marine 2 is going all the way to like Space Marine 3.
Proceed, brothers. I shall remain here and violently deter any enemy forces from following you. Our brethren barricaded this entrance to stall any attackers. Commune with the crane and engage.
SM3 is going to be bonkers. We're going all in. You're probably going to have to rebuy. Let's play a boss. There it is. So you can actually just shit on these guys. So this is why the block power sword is good. So we can do this and stagger him with that second hit all the way into the final one. Because block charges work for your power roll. You can also infinitely stunlock a Halberd in this game. With your Shield Bash still, because Shield Bash works on any enemy that can be staggered in the game. So for the Hive Tyrant, they nerfed on that, but if we do this... Oh well, not if it auto-targets us to that guy, but if we do... Okay, well, you're not making... We can just for this guy, I guess. That's why Steel Within is so strong as well in these builds. If you add in any damage reduction to Bulwark, you have an easy peasy time. Like any other class would be like actually in a bit of trouble there. Of course, it gave us like a double source for respawn, so. I do think like the sorcerer spawns and the boss fights can be the most obnoxious because you get like 4 Rubric Marines per, I believe, with them. And they'll just res these guys over and over on you. Anyone know the Skull Showcase is going live? That's the release date that's getting revealed today. They're gonna give us when like the official Skull show is gonna be out. That's the community post we're putting out today. Or should be. That's the rumor on the grapevine. We're getting the release date for it today. We're also probably going to find out what games are going to be shown at it. Remember the shield charge stunlocks Terminus? It still does. You can still stagger Hellbrute indefinitely, pretty much. The only one they nerfed it on was the Hive Tyrant, and the reason it doesn't work on Carnifexes or Neurothropes is because neither one of them have a stagger animation, but Hellbrutes do. Oh, gotcha, thank you. No problem, man. Yeah, so what's happening today is we are probably getting the release date info and what games are coming out for the Warhammer Skulls show. That is the rumor. You need your Mechanicus too already, don't we all? Don't we all?
There is a malfunction with the crane. The crane requires you to perform rites of restoration. Seek out the crane's twin generators and locate their consoles. Then, awaken them in the correct sequence.
I say Power Sword Bulwark, underrated. And also, the Bulwark benefits a ton from the Power Sword range damage reduction because for those, not Power Sword, block weapons. So block weapons in this game will give you a 60% range damage reduction for like 2 seconds on a perfect block. So they actually make you even tankier. It's a huge benefit of them. I mean, the devs of Helldivers 2 have kind of ruined the game by overbalancing a freaking PvE game. I mean, Helldivers 2 is still the most popular horde shooter by like leaps and bounds. Even if Helldivers 2 lost half its player base, it would still dwarf Space Marine 2s. How do you think Attack Marine would react to seeing a toaster? Probably just archive it. Alright, drop that on me, I guess.
You are nearing the vessel's site, Talassa. Ensure nothing further impedes your progress.
There we go. Triple. How much range spam, dude? Oh, he's sort of caught by the damage there. Hey, FTG, how you doing? Pretty well. We're just waiting for the Warhammer Skulls info to drop today. Man, we were actually getting collapsing on here. Come on, double block charges. They don't want to give that to me.
This monstrosity is dead.
Dude, the Power Sword is actually super underrated for horde clear in this game. Because Power Whirl is actually quite good at it. Not as good as like a Thunder Hammer or Power Axe AoE sometimes, but definitely not bad. Any patch news? No patch news for patch 13. Nothing like that. Why are there so many rumored greens? What did I do to deserve this? Thank God this class is cracked. FGG fighting at 2,000 points, 1,000 Suns armor. It's what it feels like. That's parry bug. There we go. Oh, Skulls is today? No, they're gonna be dropping info. There's supposed to be info drop on what games are gonna be at Skulls today. And when the actual event's taking place. So we know it's confirmed this year. We just don't know the exact time yet. What class do you think will come next? Probably a chaplain.
Advance as one. Resupplying. We may proceed.
Okay.
Well fought. We broke their ranks.
FTG, you said something big might be going on with SM2, a new faction slash class, do you think? I mean, we're probably gonna get a new class next year, but new faction, almost certainly not. The factions we have in game aren't even fleshed out yet entirely. Like, Tyranids kind of are. Chaos is still missing, like, some extremists. We don't even have the new Terminus yet. I think it's an absolute pipe dream to expect a new faction in this game, to be honest. Dark Tide will probably get one, but this one, no. I think it's an absolute. I think it's a ludicrous ask at this point, given the history of this game, anyways. There you go. Is the new map a Tyranid boss? There will be no new boss in the next patch. The new Terminus got moved up to patch 14. Is this a weekly? If not, can you show me the conditions, please? There's a whole video on that on my channel. I have a whole guide for it. If you look at the Twitch description. There we go. I almost come with the stagger of that. Like, you can come down. This is why these guys are toxic. He's actually hanging out, like right outside of my melee range on that. Right. Okay, well, I guess I have to come that way. Weekly is chill, reduce enemy health. Yeah, this one's very easy. Very easy weekly. We need a Terminator class? We're never getting a Terminator class, guys. Terminators don't operate like a normal Primaris unit anyways. It doesn't really make any sense to have in this part. Like, there wouldn't be like one random Terminator in a group. That's not usually how they work, because the whole point of a Terminator in space in Warhammer 40k is a Terminator will have a dramatically slower armor, but they circumvent that via deep strike, where like they use like a little Geller field around them and teleport through the warp. And they do that as an entire strike force. And like having one guy do that in a Primaris squad, not really what they do. Like, granted, most Primaris do operate in squads of like just their kind of guy anyways, but Terminators especially don't really fit. Honestly, a Librarian would fit more because they are sent in as solo editions. So that's not coming either. But in Warhammer 40k, you will see things like entire heavy intercessor squads. It's like a heavy will usually be alongside like 4 other heavies in a squad. And then the heavy, like 4 heavies will have a heavy bolt rifle and 1 heavy will have a heavy bolter or like a heavy plasma. They usually don't give them all the gigantic fat weaponry. Obviously this is a video game though, not tabletop. So things are a little bit different, but that's usually how it works. Yeah, this weekly is chill. Alright, let's see here.
A finely wrought relic.
Now we're just cooking. Hear me out in Siege, you know, we get reinforcement Dreadnought. What if we got a Deep Strike Terminator unit? I may be cool, but there's no way they're doing that. We're in a tech marine though. So your power rake on this weapon does have a vertical angle as well, so you can hit enemies in the sky a lot more easily than say like a normal swing. Also, the chainsword bash will do something similar.
Ready to deploy.
Sure, we'll change the title of that. Right, Warhammer Skulls. So there's gonna be Warhammer Skulls info today, guys. That's what's coming. The community post should be out sometime today, in the next few hours. It should allow a squad of up to 4 players instead of 3 they have. And the 4 players would be way too easy. They said already in pre-development they had no intention of ever doing that. Also, consoles can barely handle 3 players in Siege mode now, and the more players you add in, the worse it's going to get. Iron Hands, thank you for the Prime. Thank you, Iron Hands. Thank you very much.
We are honored to fight alongside you once more.
Man, those guys came pouring out. What the fuck? They were so fast. Power Sword really is just peak.
Adequate performance noted, Talassa. I have opened the gates.
Since we have restorative sim, we have to use this.
Computations are clear. We cannot preserve this.
Now, this is a build that's very, very high performing versus both Chaos and Tyranids because the Power Sword is just like that. And the Bulwark is just like that, that you can kind of swap. Like, Intimidating Aura will perform very well against both the Chaos Spawn and the Tyranid Warriors. The big thing that Chaos Spawn kind of shit on is like balance parry windows. Because they have very fast startups in a lot of cases, especially the Claw ones, the Beast Claws. Hello FTG, hello chat. Any good news about the new patch? There's no news about the new patch today. The only info we have on the new patch is that they said you can probably guess the release date based on prior things, just like we already kind of knew, which is the it's trying to come out around like May 25th or so. I'm not here from the beginning of the stream. What time is the date reveal? It should be in the next couple hours. Next hour and a half or so, probably. Okay, well, why did it awkwardly? Because it, man, it really awkwardly positioned these guys.
There are several consoles for managing the tracks nearby. You must perform the appropriate rites and alignments to achieve the desired geometry. Assuming they possess the ability to extrapolate accordingly.
It put like Terminator sorcerers a mile away from each other. Super, super non-toxic game, by the way.
Considering this plan of theirs, I have my doubts.
Oh my god. And put out more. I mean, I could just block my shield and that would be an option, but for some reason I thought my restorative stim was a different stim, so I was like, oh, I don't care about the damage that much, but we do care. Turns out. And all the stagger in there into that, pretty rough. Rude. Non-toxic, strategic terminators all over the place. Getting staggered into storm vultures. That's a lot of range damage this guy's put out. Yeah. It's already a long content round since Tech Ring release. I mean, it's the exact same time period as every other patch so far. It's 3 months.
Now we can get back to our mission.
We'd have to go play that one better, but whatever. W is a W. How many hours in the game? I'm approaching like 5,000 hours in this game. Doesn't one charge plasma shot stagger them in their minigun? Yes, it does. Just a little toxic, just a little toxic. It's a long ways to 40k hours, I know. You know, if this game lasted for 10 years, we'd probably get there eventually. Or like, 15 years, but we're by Space Marine 3 at that point. I doubt anyone's going to be playing Space Marine 2 once Space Marine 3 comes out.
Do not speak beyond your ken, Engine Seer. It does not take a locust to see this act of desperation. Devoid of temperance.
There we go. Get a combined 40k hours between Space Marine 1 and 2. That might be possible. Depends how long Space Marine 3 lasts. Maybe between that and Space Marine 4. So for those of you just popping in, we are getting some Warhammer Skulls info today. We also do a weekly with the viewers after this. You think Saber would ever take a risk and make another chapter in the next game? No, Games Workshop wouldn't even let them. Titus is too popular. Guys, with like whatever whatever esoteric thing you expect from like Saber to like suddenly pop out of these games, so they're not going to cover anything with Ultramarine in the next game. Like, well, I shouldn't say nothing, because you'll get cameos of other chapters almost certainly, because they put a pull for that way back when. But as far as like what you're going to see in the next game, just like keep your expectations within like realistic things. You know, don't overhype what you think the game's going to be. Granted, Saber did get a huge influx of money off this game, so it might be bigger than you expect. The sword is cool, but it's so mid, it makes it uncool. I mean, Power Sword is pretty good. I'd say the Power Sword is probably better than the Chain Sword is at this point. This class is just an absolute powerhouse in melee. Look at this. What are they gonna do? You're practically immortal in the banner. See? Oh, that might knock back up there. Dude, why are there so many River Marines this time around? You guys see this shit? It's like a disproportionate amount. You know, I swear, sometimes these spawn directors, they'll just give you everything or they'll just give you nothing. Like, this game has a huge discrepancy in difficulty between some runs. All I want is a Horus Heresy game, the same gameplay, etc. as Space Marine 2. Game with legit print money. I mean, I think Space Marine Primaris probably print more money now because they're more popular than the Firstborn are. At least they are for the casual audience because of this game. Horus Heresy, you probably print money for 40k fans that are already established, but like this game caught the casual audience, which is what games companies actually want. Though I am curious to see if we'll see a transition from Games Workshop in the future from selling from using tabletop or games to push their tabletop to like moving more into games themselves, because the video game portion of Space 40k must be selling very well at this point. They made Titus a major character for their box sets. There will come a day where after you'll post a Sons of Medusa tactical. Oh yeah, I'll do it. People keep confusing my subjugators for Sons of Medusa. Dude, this shit's actually taking forever. Seeing a Titan in the background fighting, a man can dream. Okay, hot take. I don't think Titans look very cool out of all the vehicles in 40k. I think Titans are like probably the goofiest shit. There are a lot of cool. I think most of the coolest vehicles for me are like guardsman vehicles. Like the new ones we saw at Adepticon. I like those. Always line up. Always an range one. Oh, there's still more of you. How much better stats will get with his prestige perks? He avoids getting one-shot breakpoints with fortitude. So, pretty damn good. Every class needs prestige perks in this game, I'll be real with you. Like, if you want to play a class optimally, you're going to get your prestige perks. It is absolutely worth it. In fact, it's almost too worth it. It's actually been endless fighting. Why can't all my missions be like this? The new weekly is like amazingly easy. Yeah, the hardest part of the new weekly is you run out of armor. One of the most annoying things I encounter when playing absolute hard strats is fellow battle brothers not using their abilities at all, especially Bull Horse. It's annoying as fuck. I mean, I feel like this game doesn't really... You know, it's funny. I think Space Marine 2 doesn't really do a good job at encouraging coordination outside, like, Siege mode. And even then, that's with, like, a pre-made. Like, a lot of the content, a lot of the modifiers. Some of the modifiers genuinely have you running away from your teammates, so... This is actually an obnoxious amount of Rubric Marines this game. This is taking me back to like patch 4. I can never figure out how to do the sword ground slam. I was gonna make a power sword guide among other melee weapon guides, have class guides been done, but we'll see. I'll get to it eventually. Power sword is actually a pretty complicated weapon in this game, by comparison to most of them, but like a lot of them have gotten better over time. What they really need is like a weapon tree rework. We haven't had that since like patch 7. Because some of you may not know the Elite Ball knowledge, but when this game first came out, there were perks that were like, deal 10% more damage to Tyranids, deal 10% more damage to Chaos. And those were shit. Do you always use the lock-on mechanic for melee? Not only really charge attacks sometimes, so we'll pull your camera and character to them. It's over. Finally.
0.01% and rising. We are almost there. What is your status? Preparing the Sword of Beatrice for launch now. Hold for our signal.
Well, that's where I wanted that, but good enough.
Focus on that monstrosity.
I am mildly alarmed, being like, oh, I guess we do this.
Can we plot a course?
Your data is clouded, Lieutenant. Maintain close proximity to target.
Not perfectly stacking that, okay. Riveting.
Millennia of transgressions. Reactor is primed for ignition. Vessel is ready. This machine serves forever.
we go.
Lock target now.
There's a lot of enemies for this map. Usually gives a lot less, at least in solo.
Telemetry systems. Numerous errors detected due
Yeah.
to signal interference. Calculating trajectory.
Are we getting capes and halos on assault? We don't know for sure. Only ones that are confirmed is tactical and probably bulwark. But I would assume Mark X armors will get them. Maybe not Tech Marine. I don't think Tech Marines usually have an Iron Halo anyways in Lord. There might be new capes, like all new capes coming. So there's that. There we go. You just want Tech Marine Death Watch? That's confirmed coming. Here, let's fix out the mobile stream thing. We got 61,000, almost 62,000 damage. What is a Halo? Iron Halo is a thing on top of the heavy class. They're gigantic, like regalia, basically. I know it looks like a. So what these things do? The Iron Halo is supposed to project a shield in front of you. Well, that's the whole thing. This thing on your back. This is an Iron Halo. There we go. Okay, 1 second. Right. So the new Wargear customization is supposed to overhaul the, so it's supposed to overhaul and add in capes and Iron Halos for everybody, but we're not sure if we can equip capes and Iron Halos simultaneously because they occupy the same slot as Wargear. Kind of unfortunate. I imagine the Raven Guard capes and all that will come to everybody else. This is something that people were complaining about for a while, was like, well, where's Assault's Raven Guard cape? Because this one, the champion skin has it, but if you swap onto like the actual one, you don't get the cape anymore. I love to see a crossover event with the Stardies here. We get Retroviewers cosmetics. That would be awesome. Love that. That would be peak. All right, guys. We are approaching ever closer. Favorite class? Assault. That's an easy one. Assault has the most interesting mechanics in the game right now. Are they going to add another slot for armor customization or just add on what the class already has? We don't know. We do not know. We do not know yet. Okay, there we go. Alright, sorry mobile chat. I was not reading you guys for a bit. The Obelisk Daily is pure misery. Range damage does not restore CHP. Yes, it does. You just can't overkill them. Oh, the Obelisk one. I thought you were talking Disruption. I haven't read this one today. Strikeout, Butcher's Gifts, enemy execution, steal squadrons with 7 radius, 20%, range damage, turn assaults are stronger. Range damage definitely does. They just don't heal. Wait, this Butcher's Gifts actually make it so it doesn't happen? Interesting. But who the fuck plays Obelisk anyways, right? Alright, whoever wants to play the weekly, we can come play. Come on in for the weekly, guys. Damn, too many unknowns. Yeah, they're supposed to have more information. But they'll probably drop it all at Skulls today. Or not today, but whenever they reveal Skulls. Okay. I want to mimic this bulwark build you got. What is it? I'm going to make a whole guide for it. Fear not, brother. Fear not. You will get all the information you seek. Alright, we got people here. So we're going to do this until the community post drops. Then we'll cover that. And then we might play a bit after, we'll see. So on this weekly, I do have a full guide for this weekly on the channel if you're curious, in the YouTube description, but or on the YouTube channel. But also, we have, you can take grenade launchers onto this and just kind of shit on everything because you do a lot of damage on this mission, guys. And when I say a lot, I mean it's comical. It's honestly comical how much damage you can do. So for those of you just popping in, Warhammer Skulls is supposed to have, rumor on the street is there is going to be a community post today. If I can join, I apologize for being terrible. I mean, this week is pretty easy anyways. Don't worry about it. This is an easy-ass weekly. Who's holding this up? What are the modifiers for this one? I can't check this tab screen, but I do have a whole guide for it on the YouTube channel that goes over all of that, but you can see in game in a second. So we also have confirmation on the next patch that weapon loadouts will not be a thing. Perk loadouts will be in the armory hall. We don't know if they'll work at the loadout station yet. I would presume they would, because if the loadout stations don't work at the armory hall, we're fucked. In my opinion. Are you going to rampage the guy who says we're getting Skulls announcement today turns out to be wrong? Well, if it's wrong, call me clickbait. If it's right, you owe me 10 memberships. Watch them all call it clickbait, and then it's completely right, and I'll be vindicated once again. I just have elite ball knowledge. It's not my fault. I mean, fuck. People called me clickbait for the year 3 announcement when the year 3 announcement came out. Like, people just do not fucking read. It's not my fault, okay? Or somebody, excuse me, somebody called me clickbait for saying early access of Tech Marine during the PTS.
A company of Cadian infantry mobile.
What is the presumed date? Probably the 22nd or the 21st, probably then. Call that FTG and got it wrong award. It's a stupendous award. I don't know. Sometimes Space Marine 2's player base can be a little fucking stupid. What can I say? Well, I don't even think it's a Space Marine 2's community at that point. Oh wow, right off the bat. People also call this game dead. Yeah, people also don't know what quotation marks mean and called my video where I said quotations game is dead clickbait because they can't read. Because they didn't go to English class and learn what quotation mark means. So I changed the title to a response. And then you can tell people in the comments who did not read what the video actually meant or didn't actually watch the video because they're like, agreed, game is dead. And other people feel like game is not dead. So I don't know you have such an avid opinion on something you haven't even watched. And then I had somebody come into my Twitch chat and be like, why do you think the game is dead? I'm like, did you watch the video? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, we're just dumb. Can you show the modifiers, please? Dude, didn't you ask me this? Like, you could have just gone, it's Doom Defensive, Spoils of War, Reinforced Cranium, Enduring Foes. Dude, you're the same guy who asked me this like 45 minutes ago and somebody sent you a link. Yeah, there you go. So, for the other guy who asked as well, Doom Defensive, Spoils of War, Reinforced Cranium, Enduring Foes. Now, this comes out, if it was additive, it would come out to 70% reduced HP on all the enemies. Good morning, FTG Game. What's up, Osborne? Are you sure people aren't just trolling? No, dude. They are not trolling. I promise you. Some maybe. Definitely not all of them. Trust me, the longer you make content, the more brain rot you will encounter. It is not all trolling. Some people are just like... You gotta think, how many people are actually commenting on something that are watching something? It's like maybe 0.001%. Well, probably like 0.1% on some videos. So you're either going to get the most dedicated viewers, or you're going to get the most cripplingly neurodivergent people possible. There's no in between. Are you doing a few runs with viewers? Yeah, I should be, Red Viper. Like, people still consider Absolute difficult. Absolute is difficult for most players in Space Marine 2 is the thing. It's actually a hot take if I say it's not. Now, this modifier will give you so many grenades. Oh my god, that guy came in barreling from downtown. Oh yeah, I forgot we don't get body shots. I could have taken crack and penetrate around, but that I probably should have. Because there is a bug right now, the crack and penetrate rounds, where if you zoom out for a second after firing, you will just get a and it's a thing. You'll get the damage bonus on your grenade launcher portion. What's up, brother FGG? What's up, Weep Weep? We are just waiting for Skulls info, hopefully. Or I will look pretty stupid. But I promise you that you'll see. FTG being vindicated is a common occurrence, right? Big difference in difficulty with solo versus co-op. I mean, absolute difficulty in co-op is still hard for players. Most players. I would say maybe 0.1% of this game's player base even touches true solo at all. Oh, Venerable Son of Dorn, what time is the Skulls event? The Skulls event is not today. We're supposed to be getting info on it today, though. That is the rumor on the grapevine. On like when the thing is going to be and what games are going to be shown. Do heavy bolt rifles count as range damage or equipment damage? All grenade launchers are all range damage. The only thing that ever counts as equipment damage is something in your equipment slot.
Damage generator in the lambda sector.
Wow, okay, we're completely with that. Shot a wall, very epic. Grenade spam is hilarious on this. Good morning. Is there a queue for the weekly? I don't really do queues. I haven't set it up yet. I probably will one day, but honest to God, most people already have their accolades filled up at this point in the game, or the players are still playing. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Space Marine 2 is kind of dead as fuck since Sack Marine, because we haven't had a content update in like 3 months.
Generators are being attacked from the air.
Don't worry, guys. FTG face reveal the 100k subs. Those you asked. That's nothing. It's actually land. Oh, okay, that's copy. Give me the boxes. So the biggest difficulty with this weekly is that you will kill things too fast and lose your armor. FTG sleep stream after face reveal, that's true. I probably will do a 48-hour stream at some point. One day. Look, it's like, dude, honestly, if we have things like this in Siege mode next patch, it's gonna be a hilariously fun mode to run around in. What's up, FTG? What's up, Kyle? Imagine a grenade launcher did friendly fire damage.
I heard tales of the prowess of the Ultramarines.
Unless the sizable dono come in. I don't know, dude. Okay, every hour I'm up post like bedtime zone, the required donation to keep me to stay, get me to stay up goes up. Okay, threshold keeps increasing until I pass out. You guys ever been on vacation before, taking a flight, and then if you land somewhere and you go to your hotel, but you can't even go in until like 3 p.m., but you're tired as fuck? Like that. Same thing. It's the same shit, people. Instead of patch 13, can we get Darksiders 4 info, though? So, I'll say this, if it's anything like last year, we should be getting the community, like a community post or something on Warhammer Skulls, because this was a year ago today, they released the Warhammer Skulls info for last year's Warhammer Skulls event. Yeah, Lamella, that happened on my last vacation. I had to figure out somewhere to go for 3 hours. I had a friend who, like, he went to his hotel, and at the hotel, he said, "I'm gonna fall asleep. You know, let me into my hotel room." They're like, "You can sleep in the..." Well, they didn't actually tell him this. He just started sleeping in the lobby, and they let him in his hotel room early. Like, fine, you can go to, here's your hotel room. Let's go to bed. Ravine, how dare... Oh, there you go.
Our venerable brother has spoken. Rendezvous with Brother Fultus near the cathedral.
Welcome, welcome, Ravine. It's a glorious day. Now, somebody asked about Luton the other day. We were supposed to... Now, we were going to ask Luton if he wanted to play Space Marine 2 at some point, because Luton and Froggy are friends. Okay, she was at least talking to her the other day. And that'd be a fun collab. I know last time, Bricky will I was going to ask Bricky if he wanted to play again, too. But Luton is the lore king. Last time we played with Sandman Terra, we got him his Hard Siege helmet. Best friends. That's true. You and Luton went to dinner together. That's a thing that actually happened. Hello, my brothers. Hello, FTG. What is up, Legend Magos? Froggy is the ultimate networker. Froggy is 40k YouTube. The frog work is pervasive. I love Luton's videos so much, I fall asleep to his lore. Luton is the 40k lore channel, pretty much. He's the guy. He is the guy. I am all. Somebody calls you my secretary. I don't know how accurate that is. I feel like that's an insult, to be honest. But who? Somebody in chat, someone random in chat said, "Get your secretary to do it," and they were talking about you. You're my secretary? That's definitely not true. So, I found out the other day that this guy will actually just sprint. Like, look at this guy. Look at him go. He's just booking it. It's a rather agile dreadnought.
There is no way through. We must find another path.
The path is clear.
You gotta make charge rolls. Some. Jordy did his cardio, dude. Yeah, he has no fucking legs, dude. He's got the buffest quads with just no calves because his legs are gone. Just, you know, from the knee down. FTG, I've scheduled us a game with Murky Pure Secretary vibes. That's not how she put it, okay. What is the vibe with Imperial Fist, Space Rome? Because I thought that's the Ultramarines vibe. Imperial Fist, they just are the Sons of Dorne. What do you mean? It's really more like a banana thing. Like, it's kind of Space Rome, just banana colored. You know? And like, Ultramarines are Space Rome, but blue. Very simple. Oh, how fast can we kill him? What boss? Our boss? Hello? Boss? What was that damage? Well, there's a 70% reduced HP, or like 42% if it's multiplicative, but either way, that equates to they fucking die. Poor Helvert. Poor Helvert, indeed. I think there was allegedly a boss there somewhere. Albert? Huh. There was a Helbert there at some point in time, allegedly. What the? There we go. If you can't tell, this weekly is pretty easily. Pretty easily done. Easy. It's the easiest weekly we've ever had.
Behold how the heretics flee before your undying wrath, brother.
Alright. The glass root, yeah. I mean, it's a funny modifier here, but what you gonna do?
I smite you back to the abyss. A fine kill. Now we must reach the cathedral.
30% health enemies makes for an easy mission. It certainly does.
Praise the Emperor.
Also, they always drop ammo boxes for you. You do this shit.
This is Archdeacon Zonia. I am hidden in.
What time will Skulls be local time? Skulls is not today. We're getting the info on the games that are coming out.
Slaughtered my garrison of
We only know that Skulls is confirmed, but today is the day we're supposed to be getting info on it.
troops left behind heavy explosives. Alas, they never got to use them against the archenemy.
Viridian, gather the explosive
On what games are going to be
charges
shown and what time it is. Isn't it 70% reduction in HP? Well, it's either 70% or 42%. It just depends on like how it's calculated. Because if it's an additive buff, which we don't know, that is different from like 35% on top of 35% is different additive or multiplicative. But either way, they die in like 2 shots.
I have a charge.
As you can see. It turns out grenades are OP. 45. It's easier than a substantial off. Well, I don't know, dude. I see people crash out every weekly in this game. Some players are like actually just unsalvageable. But like I feel like, you know, it's good to have easy weeklies, but at some point you cannot cater to like genuine crash cans in a video game. Like you have to learn a game. It's like I can't play chess and not know how the knight works. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean to be an elite grandmaster chess player, but like you should probably know how like the game functions. I don't think that's a hot take.
Demolition. Ready. Get to the Redemptor.
Cast this desecrated sanctorium down. Bury these heretics.
I don't know, you show them the enemies with heavy plasma. Yeah, I mean, you show them heavy plasma, you show them grenade launchers.
The charges and advance to the egress point before the cathedral falls.
I wonder what else will be revealed about Space Marine 2 beyond patch 13's release date at Skulls. Well, Skulls should give us info on patch 13, on year 3 potentially. I don't think we're gonna get any info on year 3, on Space Marine 3 as a game, but year 3 maybe. We didn't get that last time, but we also didn't have any confirmation. We're also probably going to get an AdMech reveal at some point here.
The heretics are everywhere.
Traitors and heretics.
GG, thanks, FTG, no problem. They were going to get a showcase of the Sorcerer Terminator. That will probably be in the community update at the end of the month. I don't think we'll be getting that in this. That was supposed to come out this patch, though. Oh, I'm sorry. What did Focus say? Focus said that they don't know. They said they don't know for sure if it's coming out yet. Or they said, like, what do you guys think the boss is going to be for? It's like, yeah, I wonder. Couldn't possibly be the thing we've known for ages. Focus gaslighting. All right, we'll do one more of those, guys. Thank you for playing. I'm glad we get you the weekly done. This is a very easy one for free accolades. Definitely an easy one. Also, guys who have not joined the community Discord, you definitely should. You know why? Because we're approaching multi-chapter strength, okay? All right, this time we're gonna mix it up with the normal bolt rifle grenade launcher. Just a little change, We're gonna take frag pit rounds too. Now, the only benefit about this one is you can actually go for like, we could take rampage too. I mean, we don't give a shit about headshot damage, do we? I don't think so. I don't, because there is no headshot damage in this one. Might as well. I guess that means recoupment does like literally nothing for us, but whatever. Yeah, you'd think the perk called aligned aim would be the one. So aligned aim versus steady aim. You'd think that this perk would probably give you like a weapon spread and recoil reduction. That's this one. I guess steady aim also works though. Alright, here's the invite menu. Come, come. It is time. People of the chat, may your banners reign over your enemies with your accolades. Please come in. What's the Discord called? Looking to play Space Marine 2 more? You can find it in the channel description on YouTube, or in my Twitch description, or in the video description on the streams. 48-hour stream is crazy. Yeah, I've stayed up for 72 hours before. You think I know ball, okay? I will die. I will die for the cause. I've had 1,000 accolades for ages now, unfortunately. I think that's awfully common, actually. Oh, we got Enzo and Red Viper. Okay, perfect. We got Red Viper in here. Excellent. That you needed this pretty badly. Alright, guys. I'm going to use the bathroom while we load in. And then we should have the skull stuff for you.
Gratitude bestowed.
Take the mic to the bathroom with you. I don't think I'm going to do that.
A company of Canadian
It's a weird thing to ask, brother.
against 1,000 suns on Avarax. However, our forces never reached their objective. Rally the Cadian forces, repel the Tyranids, and disrupt the 1,000 Suns' plans at the cathedral. Seek out Major Kivar of the 22nd.
There's an Imperial Fist Death Watch over here, and this guy is a Blood Angel. Blood Angel's a veteran. You see, he has the Lego helmet because that means he's a close range support. I know that because I read codexes, allegedly. Yo, I remember when Astartes Anonymous rated me once, and he said, "Do you know who I am?" I was like, "Yes, I'm not a LARPer." He was very happy.
Transferred command to me. I am Commander Hotel 22nd Company. It is my duty to secure the cathedral gate.
Yeah, 20% stat bonus if you join the Discord confirmed. Yes, you do.
Expect reinforcement.
You don't get emos though, sorry. That comes later. Artifacts. What will we ever do except kill him instantly? Where's he at? Usually they come down here. Ah, yes, the humble Carnifex perish.
Ultramarines, engage.
Reasonable damage. All our grenades are back. Even Auspex again. Perish. You were already gonna die, now you just die extra, see? Boom. Takes me back to the old grenade spam. I'm behind the Hero Cosmetics, but I can't decide if I want to keep buying them or bank some accolades for patch 13. True. Ever since I saw your video about the Block Power Fist, I tried it, now I can't stop using it. Block Power Fist is still the best on Bulwark, in my opinion. I think Bulwark just benefits from block weapons in general more than Balance, because his animation cancel is just not as good as Assault's for balanced weapons. When is Skulls on, or has it been confirmed? So Skulls is confirmed. What we're getting today, or what the rumor on the grapevine we're getting today, is that we are getting the release date today for when Skulls will show up. If I'm wrong, you can call me clickbait. If I'm right, you owe me 10 memberships. I have elite ball knowledge, so... Imagine not knowing what, Osborne. Isn't Balanced Power Fist putting out more raw damage currently than Block? No. Block, so once you, like, in the very, very base damage, like if you do no charges at all, yes, the base damage is higher, but the actual damage values of Block are still higher when you get the charges. And also the 0 frame startup is still way better for Bulwark. Hey, Guardsman, what are your thoughts on Legion of the Damned cosmetics? I mean, Legion of the Damned are cool. It's kind of remind me of Deathstroke Marines, so.
This is Commander Hotel. You're surrounded and out.
We need a Power Fist that can hold charges when dodging. I mean, that would just defeat the entire skill cap of the Power Fist now. Any skill cap that does exist is probably charging up the weapon and using it properly.
To hold on to this sector. Defend the generator units until we have enough power to close the gates. They cannot be allowed to fail. Mission parameters defined.
Also, Heavy needs a primary weapon damage increase, not be the same as the rest of the classes. Well, his primaries are already due for the class.
Changing magazine. Tyranids are swarming the generators near the gates. Energy reserves at 50%.
Is this a Skulls event, or what else is being covered? We're only getting info on what games are going to be covered, or the thing is we're supposed to be getting info on what games are supposed to be covered. Skulls, when the release date is. That's what the title says. As it was in the title, that is what's being covered. There's nothing for patch 13 today, guys. I will have another video out talking about some stuff for patch 13, but that's not what is supposed to be coming. Heroic chains are quite fun, I will say, but that's fair. Heroic weapons are my priorities. Being able to get all the new ones right away would be nice for me. Oh, if you're not, we can get you all the accolades you need, brother. Can you elaborate why block weapons are better in Bulwark? I really struggle to understand, because he needs 0 frame startups on his parries. Balanced weapons do not have 0 frame startups on their parries. They have a 10 frame negative frame startup. The animation cancel on Assault will let you cancel out of a balanced parry. Will let you cancel out of a balanced parry animation. So let's say, for example, that like a 2 lictors stack an attack simultaneously on you. A assault will be able to animation cancel that in the middle of a parry animation on a balanced weapon and avoid the awkward stagger of getting like a block instead of a parry. Meanwhile, Bulwark cannot do that because while you're doing a parry animation, you cannot animation cancel the shield block. And for that reason, block weapons are better than him because you get more reaction and you get more intimidating. And also he benefits from that even further because intimidating aura is an on-parry damage for both block and parries. And you want as many of those as possible to get max DPS on them.
And drive the 1,000 Suns out of the Ecclesiarchy Cathedral. This is the best chance we can give the Cadians to control this sector.
Grim, thank you for the prime.
Be ready.
Do say. Yeah, I generally do not care. The heavy class definitely needs a melee weapon while using the heavy bolt rifle, combat knife, power sword, and power axe. I mean, if anything, he'll only get a combat knife. That's honestly all he would ever need. How do you animation cancel on assault? You have to use... So your jump pack dash will animation cancel every time on the assault. That was added in patch 12. Something I asked for a long time.
Expect continuous enemy reinforcements until the warp rift is closed.
What makes you sure that we're getting any skull dates today? Because I have loot ball knowledge. So what I'm hearing is a new heroic axe is gonna slap on Bulwark. In your opinion, what's the most powerful class? Bulwark and Assault, and that's not even close at this point. Tactical as well is very strong because of glass cannon. But like Bulwark and Assault dominate. Worst class in the game is Vanguard currently. And the only people that disagree with that are generally noobs. It's definitely not Tech Marine right now for Battlefield Repairs. His damage is way too high. Not to say that any class is bad right now. Like, they're all good. But, like, I guess the only question of like which class is the worst would be Tech Marine, or honestly maybe Heavy, Vanguard, or Tech Marine. But I don't think it's Tech Marine. Tech Marine has 2 team perks and like damage himself. He puts out a ton. That is a Vanguard enjoyer. I'm forced to agree is the worst. He just has terrible damage, and this game's very damage dependent. That's why a glass cannon like Tech Marine and Tactical are still very useful, because they just obliterate bosses. Because the hardest thing in Space Marine 2, the absolute hardest thing in Space Marine 2, are the boss spawns. And if you can obliterate a boss spawn in 2 seconds and deal with hordes, so like every class in the game can deal with hordes pretty much, right? Not every class can deal with a boss spawn easily. Bulwark is the easiest. I would say... actually, I've seen an argument for it. I think Vanguard's probably easier than Bulwark for new players, though, with like his best setups. Because a Melter Rifle is automated. You don't have to aim for headshots at all. He has healing. You don't have to time your healing on him whatsoever. It just happens as you play the game. And he has a ton of damage reduction. So does Bulwark, so they're definitely two classes. No argument there. He has knowledge of the Chaos Heretics. The rumors on the winds.
We must assemble here. Obstruction cleared. These corrupted wretches cannot withstand my might. The gap is closing. Not long and we shall be able to join forces.
Alright. Sounds like Sniper is hardest. Sniper is definitely not the hardest class to play. I'd say the hardest class to survive with in this game is definitely Tech Marine. Sniper can kind of just like purification spam, be totally fine. Maybe the hardest to aim with is headshot dependent, but like that's not what makes the class hard in this game. What makes the class hard in Space Marine 2 is their damage reduction, because damage reduction is very strong in this game. So I would say Tactical and Tech Marine are by far the two hardest classes in the game to do well with. A lot of people think Assault's hard. Assault's really not that hard at all. He does have a high skill cap thanks to Wings of Flame animation canceling, but still. To do well with Assault, you don't need to be a god at that. It just makes you even more godlike if you do. I play the dog shit of most first-person or character control games on mouse and keyboard. It's not the aim assist, just controls themselves. Well, I mean... That just sounds like a skill issue, brother, not gonna lie with you. Because obviously... I mean, I would say aim is the most skilled, it's just objectively easier on keyboard and mouse, no? If you're like at a top level, I mean, you're never gonna see a top player in Kovacs using a controller, let alone aim labs.
The path is clear.
Ice use controller, that's a totally fair thing to do. When can we expect patch 13? Or 2? Do a Helper. Get back in there. Dead. There was a Helper here.
Eliminate the attackers immediately. The foul attackers are no more.
Who doesn't like a little bit of grenade artillery? Most likely it's probably just going to be a combat knife. I'd love for him to get a power sword. Hopefully not be a massive debuff. Combat knife would not be a debuff to heavy. What the fuck are we talking about? Combat knife would give him the Argent Edge and the Power Gladius. And if he had the same melee perks, his melee damage on the Power Gladius would be fucking absurd. He has 130% melee buff in, so the heavy has 3 separate instances of melee. He has the enhanced melee for 30%. Pretty sure that one's additive. Then he has exponential force. I don't really pay attention to like whether or not those are multiplicative or additive, but either way. Exponential force, enhanced melee, and the 50% melee buffs in his weapon perk trees for heavy stance. If you put that in a Power Gladius, he will do a fucking stupid amount of damage, but also Argent Edge. Tactical ammo perk also replenished for grenades for heavy bolt rifle, yes. But you don't really need that in this modifier. Yeah, I mean, Argent Edge would give him a fencing window with like the best fencing weapon in the game. Heavy stomps alone are good enough melee for him, to be honest. Well, he's stuck on a balanced parry window, guys. Guys, balanced parry windows are fucking dog shit in this game. The only reason they're good on like Assault is because he can circumvent the balanced parry window with a perfect dodge. Guys smoking crack saying it's a debuff? Yeah, that's fucking stupid, not gonna lie, bro. No point of playing stratagems if you max out coins? Yes, that is true.
Ultramarines, praise the Emperor.
How much? One grenade. It's the exact same.
Archdeacon so near. I am hidden inside the
Dodge farming Hive Town with Gladius and Heavy would be funny. It definitely would be.
and slaughtered my garrison of Cadians for them.
I can't believe Alucard, you can't say that in what world would an Argent Edge on any class ever be a debuff?
Gather the explosive charges and
It's the best fencing weapon. It is the best defensive weapon in the entire game. Not even close. Like there is nothing better for defense.
gather and deploy the explosive charges and
If you had that shit on the Bulwark class, you would just sit there and farm Intimidating Aura for all eternity on like hordes of enemies and never have to actually fight anything.
blasting charge obtained.
Whatever. Oh shit. Oh, that's friendly, okay. Can I please plant this and not die? Be nice. Also the best for newbies? Yes. So, people ask us all the time, like, why is fencing so strong in Space, or why do players gravitate towards fencing in Space Marine 2 so much? Because they don't want to learn the game. It's just the easiest to use. And it also interrupts the enemy attack combo, which means you don't even have to know the actual attack patterns of half the enemies in the game, because you're going to stagger them on the first hit. And the Argent Edge does that on every hit, no matter what. Because so there are some combo chains in Space Marine 2 that will not give you a parry stagger on the first parry. You have to wait to get like to the gold zone, the Goldie zone, I guess is what you call it.
Trigger the charges and advance to the egress point before the cathedral falls.
Play you Chains of Duty, 75% parry speed. Well, the Duelist perk apparently is a by dev confirmation does not work on balance and fencing weapons at all. So, especially not for heavy. It's not improvement. It only works on block. Funnily enough, it only works on block weapons. So all those Vanguards telling you to use Duelist, they're actually smoking crack, because I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact it doesn't work on Heavy. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work on Vanguard either. They're actually just gaslighting themselves. Okay. Did Saber release any info? No. Also, more basic level. Last minute parries feel fucking good in terms of game feel in this game. Yes, they do. They certainly do. Skulls? Not officially. It's not coming out today. They're not. There's supposed to be info on it today. Probably. Probably. What are the modifiers? You can look at my channel for that. Or you can look right here. Doomed defensive, spoils of war, reinforced cranium, enduring foes. So it's 70% HP reduction, or it could be like 42%, depending on how it's actually like, if it's multiplicative or additive. But either way, it's easy as fuck, bro. It is easy AF. Just take a grenade launcher, melter rifle, plasma, or pyroblaster. Just crackheads. Come in for the invite code, brothers. Come in, come in. All right. The subtle bum call out? What are you talking about? Bum call out. The bum code. Was that the code? I didn't even read my own code. The code generated. It's hardcore bum. Oh snap, first True Guardsman is on? You know it, brother. My invite code once said ET bum. True. ET bum, dude. This one's honestly a joke. An absolute joke of a mission. We love Voltus, don't we? Don't we indeed? Did the weekly with friends this morning. It was a good time. Heroic heavy plasma with versus extra squishy enemies. Fuck yeah, brother. What should I get with the accolades? Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Or I have an entire guide on the best for all the heroic weapons. That'll probably be updating it at some point in the future.
There will be a glorious victory for the Imperium today. Ultramarines, praise the Emperor. The Xenos were on us so fast. They tore right through us. Where will we find Major Kiva? The Xenos got it. Major Kiva is gone.
The amount of there is. The only benefit of the bolt rifle over the heavy bolt rifle is that the perk tree is set up in a way that you can get things like recoupment, all your damage perks with grenade launcher a little bit more easily than the heavy bolt rifle, but heavy bolt rifle is even better as a gun. But we're here for the variety, you know. The very, very limited variety in the game. I believe in auto bolt rifle supremacy. Well, at least there's one believer. The religion has one member. Well, the content site and Twitch inspired me to get the game when it first came out. I'm glad it could inspire you to get the game. Game's only gonna get better from here on out. Game is only gonna get better, and by the point this game is done, I would probably have like 10,000 hours on it.
We may proceed.
Elite level Xenos. Pacified. There. That is where the Cadians shall mount their stand.
Oh, my Neo-Volkite brothers, please stand up. How many are there? That's another religion with one member. I mean, the Neo-Volkite's okay. I think it's best on Vanguard, to be honest. Oh, look at Carnifex. I wonder if I could possibly do that. Definitely not just obliterate it. I gotta do, can I? Fair and balanced.
You lack further, brother. Your point? What stirs your passion if not combat? Preparing for combat.
Crazy damage since when? Since you read the modifiers. That say Doom Defense. Well, just read the weekly modifiers, or watch the weekly guide and you'll know. With how easy this weekly is, I feel like next week we'll have suboptimal state and press the attack. I mean, none of them have been too hard recently. They've been annoying. This one is just like an actual snooze fest, though.
That is welcome news. Cathedral gates must be shut if we're to hold on to this sector. Defend the generator units until we have enough power to close the gates. They cannot be allowed to fail. Mission parameters defined. Defend generator units.
Yeah, we're playing for some easy earnings. I think most players are maxing accolades right now.
25% of power generated.
Neo's the best for spore mines. I think that is true.
Halfway there, my lords. Generators in Lambda sector are under assault. Three-quarters of required energy generated.
Okay. I'm mega pissed. I think my mission just bugged out. The Dreadnought broke the barrier, but the barrier for me is still up. That's an old bug on this mission. That shit sucks.
Tyranids are swarming the generators near the gates.
We only need a sliver more. That's enough charge to close the gates.
Okay, Neo Volkai is fun, but not overly useful. I mean, it's good. It's definitely underrated. But you have to build it one way. I'm not even sure if the breakpoint to actually kill all the minors works on the hard strats. I'm pretty sure it only works on absolute. I haven't tried it on the hard strats really, because who the fuck plays Neo Volkai in this game? Also, the hard strats usually set themselves up in a way that you take very awkward builds on the dailies and weeklies. You want a Raptors chapter pack? Well, you're getting one.
I heard tales of the prowess of the Ultramarines. Never expected to see it with my own eyes.
And we in turn witnessed your fortitude, Commander. Remember this moment when your courage is tested.
Viridian, I have deployed a Redemptor Dreadnought in your vicinity. Let the infantry defend the stronghold. Rendezvous with the Dreadnought and drive the Thousand Suns out of the Ecclesiarchy Cathedral. This is the best chance we can
Teammates
get
having liked to
against
communicate makes the game
control
so much
sector.
easier and better. I think that's true for literally every game ever. Yes.
Ready for next encounter. For the Emperor!
Okay.
For the Emperor!
Auspex readings indicate that the Helldrake is leaving the battlefield. The Thousand Suns have taken the cathedral.
Expect continuous enemy reinforcements until the warp rift is closed.
Ancient brother, Squad Viridian is nearing the cathedral. I am here.
Lamentor's chapter pack with a bunch of battle damage.
Between us.
Lamentor's chapter pack is actually just a bunch of coffins. Just a bunch of coffins and like memorials. And like epitaphs. That's all it is. I'm sorry, obituaries. Like it's not even purity seals anymore. It just has like their life deeds on it.
Waste no time, brothers.
It's the companion queue.
Emperor be with you, brother. New objective. Rendezvous at next juncture.
One more mindless beast slain. Ammunition cache here.
I want a Retributor's chapter pack. B2, dude. Retro's be peak.
We are honored to witness our ancient brother in battle once more.
Vengeance in the name of the Primarch.
This will be the hard week for the Brandos. A walk in the park. Yeah, this one is a walk in the park. Effectively. Today's Skulls, just released day of Skulls to be announced. We're supposed to find out like what's coming out in Skulls today. It's not Skulls. I mean, it's exactly what the title says.
No sermon. I may occasionally sound like a chaplain, but I follow our
This is the longest drop in I think any mission.
The battle is yourself. Close enough.
It'll be up there.
Jump pack review.
Obstruction cleared.
These corrupted wretches cannot withstand my light.
The gap is closing.
Not long will we be able to destroy it.
This infestation has persisted for too long.
All right.
Fresh munitions.
We must find another way to the cathedral. No fault to destruction. Stay my order.
Following the footsteps of the ancients and your paths shall be clear.
Destroy that monstrosity.
Oh, they're fucked. There's so many grenades and full rifles. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. There you go. We also need Soul Drinkers or Absolvers heraldry, so I can have a Chalice icon doesn't have Ultraman symbols on it. I don't think we're getting that anytime soon. Maybe year three will probably have some random ass chapter packs. We might get Blood Ravens. You might get Blood Ravens. That might come. That actually makes a lot of sense because I imagine year 3 is around the time we will also see Dawn of War 4 come out. The Blood Ravens would make a lot of sense.
Together we go.
I'm sure Jeff will be happy.
Avenging angel, you have spoken.
The path is cleared.
Sorcery to live is my focus. I'm taker of the green barrier.
Let us ensure our brother can continue his task uninterrupted.
Glad we killed that one. Boss?
Eliminate all these vile attacks.
Victim.
Heretics eradicated.
Boss? No. Oh, now it's a boss, see? Well, third time's charm.
Heretical treachery cannot withstand Francis Starlight.
What a hard weekly, dude. I mean, it says hard, it's like it must be difficult, right?
Watch your fire, brother.
That works.
Changing magazine. Armor filled with lies and ashes.
Treachery, stand before me.
All specs multi-scanner available.
You don't like Blood Ravens? I mean, I think most people do like Blood Ravens, but I feel like Blood Ravens aren't actually that cool as a chapter. I think they're just like they're in a video game. It's like the Revan effect, but I get like, so for those of you who don't know, in Star Wars, Revan was like the guy in the Knights of the Old Republic game, and everybody was like a super big fan of Revan, and he wasn't even that cool in his own game, besides the fact that he was a playable character and a cool helmet. It's just that, from that point on, since he's a playable character, everybody's like, wow, that's us. We love that guy. I like them for the memes. Yeah, I don't think Blood Ravens are that cool as an actual chapter. Alright.
Let nothing stand in my way. For Ultramar.
Alright guys, we have the announcement here for
Way of such overwhelming strength.
for Skulls. They haven't updated their video yet, but I'm sorry, guys. But you're gonna have to do the rest of this mission without me because I must cover. I must unfortunately cover.
A fine kill. Now we must reach the cathedral.
We will. Hold on. Okay. All right, guys. So here we are with the new announcement for Warhammer Skulls, people. This is it. This is it. Let me just make sure we have this all right. All right. Hold on. Wow, look, I'm right. I'm right again. Who would have thought? FTG vindicated? Never would have thought of that. Okay. Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about the brand new announcement for Warhammer Skulls, the biggest Warhammer 40k gaming event in the entire year, which is going to be coming out on the 21st of May, 2026. Now, we already knew this was confirmed before because they did tell us like earlier this year that we were going to be getting Skulls again. Skulls came back for like the first time in a while last year, and today we have a bunch of information on upcoming content, what games are going to be shown. In fact, this came out like 2 minutes ago, so they don't even have their video like off of private just yet. We're going to be going through the article here today and just talking about this for a sec. Now, here they say the Warhammer Skulls Video Games Festival is turning 10 editions old this year. Check out the teaser trailer ahead of this year's festivities. Unfortunately, the community managers over there have not quite made this unprivated yet, but we're going to read through the rest of this first. Get 21 May down in your diaries for the launch of the festival and the showcase starting at 5 p.m. BST, that's 6 p.m. CEST, and 9 a.m. PST. The Warhammer Skulls is our annual celebration of all the incredible video games set within the worlds of Warhammer. We've got loads of new reveals and announcements from some of your favorite Warhammer games, as well as a whole week of sales and discounts so you can add to your catalog. Actor, writer, director, and Warhammer 40k Bulka and Battle Sister herself, Alana Pierce is in the hosting chair for our anniversary batch. Is that the girl from they used to work on IGN? I actually can't remember. They say, when the Warhammer team sent me the list of games that are going to be shown in this year's Skull Showcase, I was honestly so excited. I think fans are going to be super happy with a 10-year anniversary special. Okay, this sounds like a little bit of corpo speech, but here we have all the games that are going to be shown. They say you can expect to see news from Space Marine 2, Dark Tide, Rogue Trader, Dark Heresy, Bolt Gun 2, Warhammer Survivors, Dawn of War 4, and lots more. So Space Marine 2 is front runner here, so we'll probably see that first. Like, these are the 3 biggest Warhammer games are going to be shown here at the moment. Now, Dark Tide was allegedly going to get an AdMech launch for like a new class or something like that revealed here. Last year, we had the Arbites class be launched for like a reveal trailer for that simultaneously. Space Marine 2 will probably get a release date for patch 13. Maybe they'll even shadow drop it at the event. You know, they did that with the Helldivers update for the Illuminate back in like 2024 for the Game Awards, but Space Marine 2 is the front runner here. We just got confirmation that year 3 was confirmed, so them showcasing some major stuff for patch 13, that just makes a ton of sense. And as far as what is missing here, we do not see a Total War Warhammer 40k, which is pretty shocking. I mean, we had a show and tell from Creative Assembly a while back, but Total War 40k is the biggest Warhammer 40k game that is coming out like anytime soon, so maybe we'll see that next year, but I guess this is all we're seeing this time around. But Space Marine 2 is obviously like the focal point here, and probably an AdNet class for Dark Tide, just so we got with like Arbites last year. Now they say here, Cassetto and Bulwark Studios, the team behind Warhammer 40k Mechanicus 2, have announced today that the long-awaited sequel will be released with Skulls next week on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation on the 21st of May. Take command of an Adeptus Mechanicus team as they defend their sacred technology for the Necron Scourge, or for the first time, play an entire narrative campaign as the Necron Legions under Vargard Nefershah, who seeks nothing less than the complete eradication of the interlopers on her world. So they're releasing it with Skulls next week. So Mechanicus 2 is coming out. Guys, that kind of makes me think that we're going to get a shadow drop of Space Marine 2's patch 13. Like, I think that's coming. I'm gonna be honest. So that may be like a little bit of a hot take. We'll see in the future, but that just sounds like something they might do this time. I know we didn't get any releases like that last year at Skulls, but Skulls this time around seems a bit bigger than what we had the previous year. So we'll see. Now, here they say you can watch the Skull Showcase live on Warhammer Twitch and Warhammer YouTube channels from 5 p.m. BST, 9 a.m. PST, and 6 p.m. CEST on Thursday, 21st of May. And then check back right here on Warhammer Community for all the details. You will also be able to scoop up some serious deals from participating platforms through to the 28th of May. So it's going to be lasting like an entire week here. Now, they say lastly, there's an epic competition for a mountain of Warhammer swag. Okay, who the hell uses the word swag anymore in the Big 26? But the point is, this is like a merch competition. Now, my thoughts here, first of all, I will be showcasing all of this on my Twitch and YouTube. So if you want to follow me on my Twitch or join my community Discord below, oh, whoops. Well, there's the official Warhammer Twitch. But either way, the point is that if you want to follow me here, I will be showcasing all of that when this is out. And of course, I'll be showcasing the new update for Space Marine 2 if they drop it there. And everything else is coming out here. I mean, I'm looking forward to Dark Heresy. I'm pretty sure Alcat's going to have some major reveals for this as well, because they have been ramping up towards not only the new Rogue Trader DLC is going to have Trays in the Infinite, or Traz in the Infinite, as they're calling him, and Bolt Gun 2 is obviously something people are pretty excited for. I don't care too much for Battle Sector or Warhammer Survivors. Like, I'll probably play these two games for like a little bit. Dawn of War 4, Dark Heresy, Rogue Trader, Dark Tide, Space Marine 2. I think these are going to be the big sellers and the big hits for the community at this event. And Total War Warhammer 3 is probably going to show its Lords of the End Time DLC that they've been talking about for a while, like Nagash and all of that stuff. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say in this one. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and let me know how you guys feel about the upcoming content in the Warhammer Skulls thing. It'll be here on the 21st of May. So this is like one day earlier than what we had last year, and they also dropped this entire post like a year to date, or like 1 year apart from the previous one. And that is pretty much all I have to say in this video. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay. Well, there you go, guys. I was right again. Told you. Let it be known, chat. I told you all. Confirmed for the 21st. All right, there we go. Back. Sorry I had to leave you guys at the end there. Of weekly carries, quotations. I've suspected a shadow drop for patch 13 for a while. Yeah, otherwise it'd be going all the way into June. It would be kind of crazy. It also doesn't make a lot of sense, because that means we're probably at the next patch in like August, and maybe they'll release like year 3 some other time. We'll see. What happened? An ad just dropped. Well, as soon as you were talking, well, you got to watch the video, I guess. We have the announcement of Warhammer Skulls for the 21st of May. That's confirmed, guys. We know. We now know. We know. The Elite Ball knowledge is here. Okay. So how do you guys feel about that? I mean, that's going to be coming out pretty soon here. So if you guys are not in my Discord, you should definitely join my Discord and stay updated for I'm going to go live for that on the 21st. And obviously, we will be playing the new update if they shadow drop it there as well. And testing out all the new heroic weapons and stuff like that. And take a look at all the new cosmetics. Okay. Mechanicus 2 over the Space Marine 2 announcement? Nah, dude. Okay. Well. Hello, just joined the Discord. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. No Total War 40K is shocking. Yeah, Total War 40K is supposed to be is going to be the biggest Warhammer game. It's not even close. It'll dwarf Space Marine 2. I think, like, honestly, like, fucking Total War 40K is going to be like the GTA 6 of 40K games. There's no way I will not be covering that game. I think it'd actually be genuinely insane to not cover that. If you're like even if you're just a 40K lore channel, you're probably be covering the game. That game will probably like ascend the entire setting. KNG, thank you for the Prime. Total War 40K will force us into early retirement, dude. Force us, yeah, forcing us into early retirement. Is that what we? Sounds like an absolute win, doesn't it? Is it confirmed patch 13 is going to be shadow dropped? No, I suspect it probably will be, or maybe we'll see. Warhammer Skulls release date today? We already have it. It's 21st of May. So, in like 1 week. 1 week today. There you guys, there you guys go. Who was that guy that called it clickbait earlier? You're dumb. Not much of a shadow drop if it was confirmed. That's true. Yes, FTG once again vindicated. What can I say? They said they doubted year 3. It happened. They doubt the Warhammer Skulls reveal. It happens. It's not my fault. Can't wait for the shadow drop. We don't know if it's actually getting shadow dropped. I suspect it probably will be. Patch 13 looks very promising. Patch 13 looks better than patch 12, but it'll probably... Who knows? I mean, it could be better. You never know. Tech Marine was pretty big. I have no idea if they're doing drops for that patch, but they might. I have a feeling, like, I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to be recycling as much content as, like, humanly fucking possible in this, for the community events, because all the community event items are supposed to come out. Love FTG's reaction when he's proven right, because I get the fucking dumbest comments ever sometimes. What can I say? FTG, you're coping. Year 3 can't possibly happen. Confirmed. They always look like fucking clowns every time, too. Quite funny. Like, there was actually a hate train for Space Marine 2 for ages. I'm just going to say it right now. If you're a hater of Space Marine 2, you're actually just going to be crying until, like, you're going to be hyperventilating and crying endlessly as this game gets more and more content all the way to Space Marine 3. And then at the end of year 3, everyone's going to be like, is year 4 coming? And they'll be like, no, it's not. You're all coping. It'll happen again. And it'll happen the next month and year. It'll happen the next year until you get Space Marine 3, because there is no fucking way this game does not get content all the way into Space Marine 3. It is insane to think it does not. Shitting and farting on the floor. Yeah, you know, I used to, like... Space Marine 2 hate's just cringe, I'm gonna be honest. This game's in a really good spot. Like, I think you're honest to God, probably just fucking grifting. There's still shit on this thing. Are you still playing? Just got back from my appointment. Like, what would satisfy you in Space Marine 2 if not the content we've got at this point? Like, what's wrong? Would you say Space Marine 2 is a niche game? Well, it's a Warhammer 40k game. I think this game is less popular for its actual gameplay mechanics and more popular for its actual 40k license. And I think that's very much reflected in the player base for the game and, like, just the content creation for the game. It's like 99%. The majority of content creators that make content for Space Marine 2 are, like, dedicated lore channels to Space Marine 2. And people like Chapter Master Valrak who just play all of tabletop. 12 million players is not super niche. Well, I mean, this is Saber's most successful game. But it is niche now. Primarch class dropping? Yeah, bro, totally. Have you make another one meme people can post in chat, dude. Yeah. Space Marine 2 hate, dude. People have been telling me this game's been dead for ages. and they're wrong every time. And yes, I will gloat about that. I mean, who wouldn't, really? Who wouldn't? I'm sorry, guys. You know, I'm human, okay? If you had, like, you know, dozens of just, like, internet gremlins that constantly come back month after month to be like, you're still playing this dead game? Oh, look, it's FTG coping again. Would you not be a little smug about being right about year 3 again? And then Warhammer Skulls as well? I think you would be. Otherwise, you gotta poke a little fun, you know? I would be more than a little smug. That's not really more like just vindication. I don't know what I call it being smug. It's just like, okay, yeah, get fucked, Luther. That's really all it is. We approve your smugness. Just in this one case. This one case. They kept telling me this game was dead. And here we are. Okay, the vindication is well earned. Yes. Yes. The dead game is a lot of people playing. It's pretty fun. Weird dead game, I know. It's crazy how the game is so dead that, dude, if this game is dead, I can't wait till it's alive. If this is what covering a dead game feels like, I can't wait to cover a game good. What's the, okay. Everybody's want a rainy map. You're probably gonna get a rainy map in this game. Maybe not like a Halo rainy map. Like, you're not gonna get like a Halo 3 ODST map, but you'll probably get good shit. Like, that is probably coming, chat. Chut. So dead people log thousands of hours into it and still don't hit the ceiling. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Space Marine 2 has multiple types of players. You got dedicated players, you got 40k fans. I say it's mostly 40k fans, but you also have like people just like the game. And I think it's like, it's hit that middle ground perfectly. Where like I as a content creator for this game, this is my personal experience on this, where I feel like I have one foot in like the 40k basket, where like that's where half of the people I know in content creation are, and the other foot's in just general gaming with this game. Like that's where the player base is. But like most players though are like mega 40k fans. Pretty intense. Okay, well. There we go. How bad is the weekly? This weekly is hilariously easy. I had somebody crashing out in my comment section about it, but like, I'm sorry, dude. If you struggle with this one, you might just suck. Like, I'm gonna be real. Nothing wrong with that, technically, but like, if this is the weekly that's causing you to crash out, God forbid you play the other one. Like this one? Really? Alright, guys. What are the modifiers? Easy. The answer is the modifiers are easy. Disruption, Doom defenses, spoils of war, reinforced cranium, enduring foes. So incredibly easy. Shockingly, staggeringly easy. Alright, guys. Well, that was probably all we were going to stream today. And they thought I was doing easy and fun one for... What's up, FTG? You know, I only wish I had as much lore knowledge as the Pontius. Yeah, because everybody loves that guy. There's a rainy... Oh, hold on. Oh, damn. GG, thanks for the coverage, FTG. No problem, sucks. Alright, guys. I might be back on later. We'll see. We shall see. I actually intend to go live that much today anyways. But you guys actually need help with the weekly. There should be plenty of people streaming. I think Hayes will probably be streaming later. Yeah, just Hayes. The other guys. There's someone else, but they're a Clanker King. Dorn too, yeah. Alright, guys. Who's streaming right now? Jackal's streaming. Oh, Froggy's streaming. Oh, and she streams Space Marine too. Let me see. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. Here's Froggy. She's also streaming the reveal thing. And that's all. Bye-bye.